Audio1, 3 weeks in, 650 follows.
Yeah.
What's
50
this?
subscribers.
What would you? Let's start with this. What advice would you give anybody looking to grow their audience on Twitch right now?
Honestly, like, I've actually, for me, what's worked is I've been using the same tactics I was using, the same tactics we were using when we were still playing gigs in the club, like, just promoting. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I make flyers. I've made flyers, and I promote. I try to promote, like, 6 hours before, 30 minutes before, and just kind of spread the word. That's one way. Honestly,
you've been doing that. So you've been doing that on like networks that you've already built, like on Facebook, Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Yeah, very heavy. And
so you're pulling people over to Twitch.
Right, and then I'm finally figuring out what Discord is. Like, I didn't have no idea, but apparently that's like the place to be now for like the Twitch community. So that's
Discord.
Like
I think of it as like IRC, and a similar use for as IRC was. Still is.
Definitely. Yeah. Honestly, man, a lot of it just has to do with there's like a million DJs that are jumping on Twitch and all these platforms. A lot of it is the music, if you're really good or not. But the reality is, it's just interaction. Just like we're chatting with this chat room here, and we're taking requests and things like that. Like, just being personable. And I think that's sort of the good thing that's come out of this quarantine, is that with DJs, you find out now who's just a DJ, or who just plays music and has no personality, and who can actually play and have a personality. And it's weird because personality doesn't really go too far in the DJ world sometimes, but in this situation, you have to be personable. You have to talk to people, and I know for me, my growth has been exponential only because I try to make in my streams, I just make sure that I'm watching the chat room. I'm watching who's in there. I shout out people that I haven't seen. Like, if it's the first time I see your name pop up, I'm gonna shout you out. And surprisingly, people find that when you shout them out, it's like, oh my God, he's acknowledging that I'm here. This is cool. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I've experienced that as a viewer in other, just being a viewer in somebody's stream, like, and I'm in the comment box, like, oh, I got a shout out. Like,
I got a shout out from T-Pain last night. I swear to God.
That's where you go.
He didn't read my name, but he read one of my comments. Like, he just read it in his thing. Yeah. So I was like, and I was totally fanboying for a second. It was pretty funny. By the way, if you guys aren't following T-Pain, even if you're not a fan of his music, if you're not following T-Pain on Twitch,
it's one of the best things I've ever seen. It is
so funny. Yeah. And if you see him go live, here's the truth. If you see him go live, wait like 2 hours.
2-3 hours, yeah.
Yeah. It gets so much better. What I would recommend, first thing, is get a schedule and stick to it. Whether it's 1 day a week, 2 days a week, 3 days a week. Yeah. I'd say 1 to 2 to 3 days a week. But the point is schedule. There's a reason that I said the show always starts at 9:16 p.m. You guys, like, I'm doing that shit on purpose. Like, there's a reason that on the screen right now it says Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 9:16 p.m. URL. Like, it says that because that's the schedule, and that's what you need to remember, that I stream every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at 9:16 p.m. You know what I mean? Like, get that schedule going and stick to it, and you'll see growth just from that. Like, you'll see way bigger numbers just from promoting a schedule.
Definitely.
And then the next thing I would say, and I'd say that this is probably something I should have said first, it's the most important thing, is address the technical issues on your stream. If you have frame loss, if it looks like a straight robot show when you're streaming online, or if the stuttering, if the audio drops out, or if it full on just drops out altogether, people are going to tune out immediately to that shit and not come back because you'll be known for having some garbage shit. So address the technical issues on your stream. If your stream is hard to watch or listen to, you need to fix that.
Right.
And then my two other things that I would suggest would be to, one, network with other people who are on Twitch. All right, find people who are out there doing this thing on Twitch also, and get with them and work out things where you guys do you're doing a Friday night and you do 1 hour and they do the other hour and you guys rate into each other. I'll talk about that. Or you guys cross promote for each other, or you're a collective of people, like a bunch of DJs who are all working together and trying to push something together as a unified force, right? And now's a great time to do that because, like I've mentioned in previous shows, we need to be building bonding relationships with our peers right now, because this is when we're going to find out who the good people are. My last thing is to make sure that you're not just a medium. In other words, be an artist. And part of being an artist is telling your story to your audience. Your audience wants to know who you are and what you're about, and make sure that you're relaying that, whether it's straight up saying it into the microphone or with your OBS presentation. Like, make your personality a part of your show, because more than your DJs, like, this goes back to, like, even before COVID, I have been saying this for years. If people who have no idea what the fuck we're doing, right? No, people have, no, they walk up to a DJ, they have no idea what the fuck we're doing, right? Let's talk about those people for a second. Those people, when they like a DJ, the first thing that they say isn't, oh, that person can beat match really well, or that person has a really good scratching ability, or that the first thing that the people who are looking at a DJ, they have no idea what the fuck they're doing, they say, they look like they're having a good time up there, and I like that. That's interesting to me. That's entertaining to me, that this person is up there having a good time with music, and I can enjoy that. You know what I mean? And so put that into your presentation. Put your personality into your presentation. Do you collect Star Wars toys? Put Star Wars shit all around you. Are you like, what are you into? You know what I mean? Like, put that individual personality into it and tell your story with your DJing, and that will draw more interest to your channel, Mike.
Definitely. Yeah, be personable. I mean, talk about things going on in your life if you want to as well. I mean, I know for me, lately, what I've been doing, sometimes in my streams, I'll play a song and then I'll be like, you know what I like about this song? Like today, my buddy Chris was in the chat room in our stream, and I played Dame Funk, the song by Dame Funk, and I'm like, you know what I like about this song? The fact that every time I go to Las Vegas, when we land in Las Vegas, we get into the car, this is the song that we play when we get the rental and we're driving down the strip, and it's kind of funny, like, it sounds silly, but people are like, oh, okay, cool, you know what I mean?
What track?
What is it?
Yeah, now I have that vision in my head. I need a soundtrack. I need a soundtrack to the vision you just put in my head.
Hood Pass Intact.
Sick.
Yeah, it's like the best like funk track ever. Like, it's like the most the most symbiotic West Coast beat
you're creating a narrative, and people appreciate that about your stream. You know what I mean? Like, and you understand that, like, that type of personality goes a long ways right now. Yeah. People are looking to connect. People are looking to reach out.
I feel like when you tell these stories, it's like you're giving people like a narrative or something to, like, just imagine that you're in Vegas, like, and I was saying that in 2015 when I had been sober for like 4 years, and from 2015 to 2019 I didn't drink at all, and there was a trip that I went to in Vegas where everybody drank and I didn't, and then in the morning I was forced to drive from Las Vegas all the way back to the Bay Area because everybody in our party was too smashed and too drugged up, and like that was one of the songs, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yo, big up Rude Boy Soldier, thanks for the bits, I appreciate that. That's really big of you. Appreciate the mix, man. I think my favorite thing, and this is what I wanted to talk about last, is if you are a DJ and you're watching right now and you have a Twitch account and you're streaming right now, you need to learn what a raid is, how to do it, and why it is amazing. You need to be raiding at the end of every single one of your streams.
Yes.
That needs to be something that we all do as like general practice, as general etiquette. We should all be raiding out of our streams. And that's because what that does is it keeps the viewer engaged. They can go to somebody else's and they can learn about somebody else that maybe they wouldn't have found to begin with. And it just promotes growth on all fronts. I mean, everybody benefits from that. The user has a great experience. The new person has a great channel experience. We should all be raiding.
Yeah,
then if you guys don't know,
you've raided my channels many times, man. It's been
I do raid your channel all the time. A lot of you guys that have done 916 Junglist events already, you guys are familiar with this because I've been coaching you on it. I think that this needs to be a commonplace thing in DJ culture, like stat, like by the end of May. I want to say like by the end of May, everybody should know what a raid is and how to do it. Pass the information on to your friends. We should all be raiding. basically what it is you're pushing your audience over to the next thing.
Yeah.
We're done. Thank you for being here. You might like this person. Check it out, right?
Yeah.
And to me, like I said, everybody should be doing that at the end of their stream. I'm gonna look for a raid. If I can't find one, it'll be a hilarious channel because we're raiding somebody at the end of the stream.
Yeah, no, definitely. Mr. Technical was saying, how do you coach listeners? Having a few challenges educating people what a raid is and what they should do. Honestly, what I've been telling people is, yo, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Just stick around. Don't go anywhere. We're going to go raid another channel. And you just tell people pretty much to stay where they're at. We're not like, it's almost like you're not done. You're technically done, but you're sort of just waiting to kick them over to the next channel. And it's pretty seamless. They just don't understand what a raid means.
If they're just watching, doing nothing, it does it all for them.
Yeah.
So they don't need any coaching other than just to sit tight and watch. The coaching for me comes from teaching DJs how to do it correctly. And honestly, it's not that hard to teach. The DJs have been picking it up. Yeah. But it is something that I am going to expect a DJ to know how to do like before too long.
You know what I'm saying? It's a good way to. It's basically like your networking. Like
it's good networking.
Billy sends them to mine. I send them to Billy. Like, and then we look at some. You know, I always try to see who's on, and then try to rate them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've made some good relations with other channels just because I randomly rated them. They only had 20 people. I sent them 40, and they're like, "Yo, that was really awesome. I don't know you, but thank you." Now they're sending their people over all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
raids build huge networks, you guys, and this has been around for a long time. I've been part of 2 streaming marathons that go for several days, and they're internationals, DJs all over the world, right?
Yeah.
And it goes for like 36 hours straight of nonstop raid every hour, right? Yep. I've been in 2 of those now, and I've gained great following and great networking because of that. Make sure that you find your circle of homies, and you guys see each other online, and you say, "Oh yeah, this dude's dope. I'm throwing that person in my audience," and I guarantee you that shit's gonna come back around. And it definitely helps a lot.
Yeah.